Welcome, Spirit Warriors. I'm excited for my interview here today. I'm at the Ware's residence. We have Jeanne and Rick Ware here this evening. And tonight we're going to be talking about essential oils, doTERRA and specifically. So, Jeanne, why don't you start a little bit about it?
Yes, how I first got interested in essential oils was because of being on other medications and being on this hamster wheel where I then needed to have other medications to support the side effects that I was experiencing. And so I sought out natural health. And I met a friend who introduced me to doTERRA oils. And at that time, she just gave me 4 oils, and they were lemon, lavender, and peppermint to support seasonal struggles that I was having. And she gave me oregano. And those are the only oils that I had. I really didn't have any experience with oils before, but the lemon, lavender, and peppermint were very effective and were helpful. Also, I did find out that being in an environment where others were ill, that just applying 1 drop of oregano on the bottom of my feet, because the bottom of your feet has the largest pores, I stayed well. Wow. And even amidst everybody else who was dropping like flies, I stayed well. So I knew there was something going on with it. And at the time I was using them, Rick was not totally on board.
Okay.
No, it took me a while to finally engage in the oil process. When Jeannie first came home and started talking about this, I thought it was another one of those kind of things that ladies kind of bring home and you got to try to figure out what to do with. But I've had a number of opportunities to take advantage of the healing properties within these oils, and I'm here to tell you that they work. And I haven't used any over the counter medication for almost 2 years now. We use essential oils for all of our issues that we need to have addressed.
Yes, I know Rick personally experienced he needed a lot of respiratory support, upper respiratory support, and it has, in the last 2 years, he has not had issues with the nasal cavity, I guess I could say. And but the bonus for me is, even though that helped him tremendously, it used to sound like a train was going through our bedroom. And it's quiet. It also affected that to where it's a quiet, restful sleep at night. And so that is tremendous in itself. Just knowing that in our environment there are so many toxins that we cannot control.
Right.
But there are things we can control, and it is very empowering to feel like you can go to natural sources. And Rick can tell you, like in Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis chapter 1, verse 11 and 12. The cool thing is, God was very specific about how He put the world together. And when you get down to 11 and 12, you see that He created all the plants, the plant life, the flowers, the blossoms, and so on and so forth. And at the end of verse 12, He said, "And it was good." And the neat thing is, plants are self-sustaining. They take care of their own issues that they have, and God produced plants to overproduce the properties that are in the blossoms and roots and the barks and the oils that are extracted that we get to use to address some of our discomforts are tremendously powerful. And my theory is, or my point is, that if it's good enough for God to talk about it when He put the world together, then it's certainly good enough for us to use in our day-to-day lives, our daily activities.
And
yeah, there's 66 books in the Bible. 60 of them mention something about oils. There's over 1,030 verses in the Bible that say something about oils, and for the most part, the majority of them are for medicinal purposes. There are several mentions of oils for ceremonial properties, burials, weddings, and so on and so forth. But the majority of the time that essential oils are talked about in God's Word, it's for medicinal purposes. So there's a lot of power in that, and I certainly believe that as a follower of Christ, I think it's important for us to take advantage of it.
Now, what sets this brand, doTERRA, apart from others? I'm sure there's a lot of essential oils that are out there, and some of the viewers, they might say, well, let me go to a local store, maybe it's less expensive. So what sets this brand apart from maybe some of the others that are out there?
Ken, that's a great question. One of the things that, well, there are several things that set doTERRA apart. One of the major things is that doTERRA sources their oils from where they grow indigenously and are abundant. So they don't strip any place, where they will not reproduce, but they're very responsible that way. But they go where the climate is the best, where the soil, that's where God placed them indigenously. And we don't get our oil from our lavender from, I could grow it in my backyard, but it would not chemically be the same as what doTERRA sources from the French Alps and from Bulgaria. There, the climate is right, the soil is right, they're away from a lot of toxic pollution. And what's really cool is that they source these oils with this co-impact sourcing. A lot of places that are third world countries or are families who have for generations, they've done this, they've distilled oil, they know what to do with it. And doTERRA comes alongside of them and is able to help them by, one, giving them a sustainable income. So a lot of families, in the United States, we know that, where farmers, they've had to sell out because they cannot make it anymore. Well, doTERRA goes alongside of these farmers and they give them quarterly payments, whether the crop is good or bad, because they work contracts with them in specific ways. They want these oils pure, and they don't want any toxins, no chemicals on them. They don't, everything needs to be natural. So they work with them doing that. They have a whole slew of testers, scientists that come alongside. I think there's about 6 different scientific tests that they do and run. But what's really cool is doTERRA gets third-party testing. So people totally outside of doTERRA is allowed to come in. doTERRA is completely transparent, and they run the tests as well to confirm that these products are pure. They want to be sure that what they're putting out there is, doTERRA has coined the phrase, and that's all it is. It is a phrase from doTERRA: certified pure, therapeutic grade essential oils. And that is to set apart, because there is no form to say that an oil is pure. I went into the health food store. Okay, this is, I don't know if you can see it, but this is peppermint oil that doTERRA has. And I went into the health food store and saw some peppermint oil. Theirs was a lot less expensive than this oil.
Okay.
But on the label, I looked all over, because on the outside it said 100% pure peppermint oil. I thought, wow. I looked on the label and it said, do not take internally, flammable. If you have a pure oil like peppermint, you should be able to take it internally properly, and it should not be flammable. I know a friend that she and her husband, they dropped 1 drop of every one of doTERRA's oils on a cookie sheet and took a lighter to them. Not one of them flamed up.
Wow.
But if you could see on the side of I'm not sure if you can see that, doTERRA, the oils that they are recommending that you can take internally, there is a supplemental fact on the bottle telling you that you can. And a lot of oils don't say that. And I was really surprised. And the reason they do that in the health food store, they are actually in our country allowed to say something is 100% pure if there is like a percentage of 100% pure in there. But that means that there's something in that oil that is not safe for you to ingest. There is something that is flammable. I wouldn't even want to put that on my skin.
Right.
So this oil right here, peppermint, if I have some discomfort, I will put a little bit here, and that discomfort and tension will melt away, and I feel perfectly safe by putting it on. doTERRA has a very expensive oil called Melissa.
Mm.
And that field flooded. And after it dried out, the Melissa continued to grow, and they harvested it, but they tested it, and it did not come up to standards.
Mm.
And doTERRA could have sold it to us. We would not have known the difference
Right.
because it was so small, but they knew it did not meet their standards, and so they would not sell it to us. We could not get it for a year and a half, I think. We couldn't get it at all, and there were people saying, please, it's okay, just give it to us. But their integrity is so great that they protected us.
Right.
They still sold the oil to like perfumers, flavored things like bath soaps and shampoos and things like that. They still sold it, but as a therapeutic grade oil, they would not sell.
That sounds great. I mean, a great company, third party tested, high quality essential oils. Now, for our viewers, I know that now you and Rick actually sell the product. So if they want to learn more, or maybe how they could purchase it from you, what's your website, or do you have a Facebook page that they actually could follow?
Yes, we do have a website. It is doTERRA.com/naturallyaware. And that is DOTERRA.com/naturally, NATURALLYAWARE.
Okay, great. Now, Rick, why don't you talk a little bit about this product, Deep Blue Rub?
Yeah, what is really significant about this product, it's 100% natural. There are no additives in there that are unnatural.
Okay.
And this particular product is very, very good for athletes to apply in different portions of your body prior to working out, running. A lot of runners will put it on before they run, and then they'll put it on after they come back. I actually do a lot of physical work. I have a farm where I do a lot of baling hay and cutting firewood and so on and so forth, and typically that's the first thing that I go for when I get back, because I have some issues that need to be addressed simply because of the exertion and the physical labor. So it's a tremendous product to be used in that way.
Right.
And you only need a pea size.
You just need a little bit, so the tube actually lasts pretty long. And there is a deep blue oil as well.
Yes.
Correct.
Right?
Here
This is
in
it,
the
a deep
touch
blue.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the combination, I actually use this product. So working at the gym, sometimes I lift too much heavy weight that I injure my arm a little bit. And last time I injured it, it took me about 6 weeks. But with the combination of these two, within a week, I was able to get back in the gym. That's how good this is. So I definitely testify regarding Deep Blue for your knees and for any part of the body that you might be hurting a little bit. Well, this is great. I enjoyed the interview here today for the audience. I'll be putting your information, so they could contact you if they want to learn more or want to purchase some of the products, some of the kits. And both of you...
doTERRA has never done this before, but they are offering 20% off on most of their enrollment kits.
Oh, wow. And is this part of the kit? Or no, is that something different?
It is part of some of the kits, which
Okay.
is they believe in being healthy from the inside out, allowing your body to be well and for it to support itself. So this is one of the things that is really key to that, which Rick and I both use and we know the benefits of it. So this is part of a couple of the kits, actually.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. And thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ken.
And
Appreciate
thanks
it.
to the doTERRA products. So for everybody to stay spiritually and physically fit, and these items will definitely help you along those lines. Okay, everybody, don't forget to subscribe to Spirit Warriors YouTube channel and look for the link, and I'll have their information there that you could follow them on Facebook and doTERRA and some additional information. So everybody, have a good night and God bless.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Night.